So, what was the inspiration of The Best Is Yet to Come? So, for parents, kids, students, teachers, whomever looking at this, just in case if you're trying to find out how I got this inspired, it was inspired by many different things. It was inspired by me just generating on an AI platform different pictures, and then I decided just to do a man and a lion in a city, just exploring the city, learning about bravery. And it was going to be originally just 5 pages, because I was looking at this YouTuber called Jordan Welch. He was talking about how to make children's book with AI, which was one of the ways of making money with AI, which, like I say, this was a way to make money, but also a way to also impact kids too, because I'm not just one of these people that's just here just to take your money and that's it. Because in a business, you do have to get paid for what you're doing, but I also want to make sure I'm bringing value to you as a customer. And so I thought bigger than just 5 pages. And that was all in October 2025. And I decided, let me think this out and work this out more. And so as I was doing that, November came, and then my pastor preached on a sermon called The Best Is Yet to Come. And he was talking about how basically Jesus, he was doing his first miracle by turning water into wine. And his first miracle was at a wedding. But metaphorically, spiritually speaking, his last miracle, or his next latest appearance, will be a wedding, because he will rapture us up if you're a believer of Christ. Because his first action was a wedding, and then his final action for the believers is a wedding, spiritually. And he was dealing with different things. His hometown wasn't liking him. My pastor explained that, and how he was walking away from his hometown. He went to other cities. Then when he went to his hometown, he came back with strength and experience and just a whole aura that he had spiritually. And this all kind of culminated into my idea. And so I just thought about the story. God just kept blessing me with the ideas. Like I say, the title and a small bit of it was inspired by that sermon, but most of it was just God blessing me with original ideas, unique ideas. It was inspired by some animated shows and movies, like I'll say the formula in a way, with like the character dynamics, I'll say more. Like, just having like a buddy cop or like a duo type story. I'll say that was inspired by previous things, but outside that, everything else was all just original. And so I just let the AI take my likeness, my childhood likeness, my childhood photo, make the little boy version of the character Matthew, and then generate an original line that doesn't look like any previous animated line, because I want this to be original, because this is Leo the Lion. Because there's plenty of Leo the Lions, there's plenty other animated lions, but this specific lion is a lion that was lost in the backyard, that became domestic, but was living life with his friend. And his human friend, as they went on, he got a crown of faithfulness, because he didn't just get any ordinary crown. He wasn't a king. He just had a crown of faithfulness for being faithful to his friend, because which I'm about to get to right now, his human friend, Matthew, started out in the backyard finding him out there, and then he was curious, and so he took him in. And ever since the first night when the storm had hit and Leo had comforted him, he loved him as his brother, and they've been friends ever since. In school, there was one incident that caused them to have their friendship be split apart. Not them two not getting along. They got along, but there was a third party coming in to split them up, as in they couldn't physically be present in school together. And as time went on, Matthew was more independent. Then when he became an adult, it was full circle, back to his childhood. He took his friend with him, his lion friend, and moved out to the big city. Once he moved out to the big city, that's when most of his life really started culminating into more things, because of his dedication, because of everything. And eventually, as everything grew, he became a successful entrepreneur and content creator. He got his badge of bravery, just as Leo had his crown of faithfulness at a conference. And then both of them became family men with wives and kids. And I know I kind of spoiled a part of it, but I don't want to spoil all the book. Like I said, I want you to read it for yourself. If you're interested in it, go to the link down below, or look at it, find it on Amazon, search The Best Yet to Come, Brendan M. Brown, and you'll find it. And that's how it was made. And as I was doing this, I was saying, you know what? This don't need to be a book. This should be a movie. or at least a franchise or something. So I just been experimenting with different AI platforms. It was hard because some money I was just spending like crazy on this. Some days I was kind of pissed off. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And excuse me for saying pissed off. I know the kids are looking at this. Excuse me. But it was just like, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to spend money on this, spend money on that, spend money on this, spend money on that. Some results were good. Some video results were bad. Until finally, spring around like May of 2026 this year, I found the right platform. And it was kind of expensive because I was almost close to getting the right platform. Then I had to switch again one more time. And then I found that best one around late May, early June. And ever since then, that platform allowed me at the perfect time to launch what you're seeing now, the channel, Matthew and Leo, the Missing Chapters show. Because this channel was made prior to the show being premiered on Juneteenth of this year, 2026. Because this channel was founded, or really created in January 9th of 2026. Because I already had this in mind before publishing this book on January 12th, even though Amazon says the 13th, was published on the 12th around nighttime. I already had a show in mind to expand this thing, because this is more than just profitable characters or whatever people may say with companies. This is a story. This is a legacy. This is a brand. This is an extension of my life and what I've been through as the author, because I was just like Matthew as well. When I was younger, I was kind of shy and nervous until different things occurred in my life. And it's all explained in my memoir, but for the adults and young teens, or who's ever looking at this, this is for you, but we're talking to the kids now. This book here was inspired by what happened in this book here, my memoir. And so I became who I am now. And I thank God for the experiences, the good and the bad moments, and how it culminated me into this inspirational, motivational speaker I am through the help of God. And yeah, I made this story to inspire the kids. I really thought out every idea, because all of this was made through my human thinking and documenting on paper and on my Google Notes and Google Docs and things. And the AI only did the images, just the images, the title, the name, everything, the characters, the concepts, everything was all through me. And it just organically went through, especially when I accidentally generated wrong pictures, and then that kind of improvised some ideas. And it's like, AI can really help you be so creative, just like if you were originally doing other work. Because, for example, I know with Stan Lee, when he was making the Hulk was originally supposed to be gray or something like that, but because the printer kept accidentally doing green or something, they made him green or something, if I'm not mistaken. And it kind of reminds me of my book in the process, because there were some error mistakes, and it ended up just being part of the story because it made sense, you know, with certain images that weren't supposed to be generated, and it just culminated. But this is just a stepping stone, because I have more projects on the way. For my kids, this may not be for you, but for my teens and young adults, or adults who's looking at this, I'm having a superhero be launched around 2028 or 2029 through the works of AI. Same formula I'm doing with this. But in order to get it going, I need you guys to do one thing for me, please. Just make sure to subscribe, hit the notification button to this channel, and share it to other people, but also purchase this book on Amazon, please. We have to get this out here. Please purchase this as much as you can, because if you purchase this, this can culminate to the success of that superhero franchise, because I want to expand not just to the kids, but to even bigger audiences as this brand of St. Matthew Media grows, because all this was made through the help of St. Matthew Media Productions, through via me, the CEO of the company that provides the media for this, my other books, and my upcoming books and upcoming franchises besides just this franchise. And so, if you're interested in that superhero or just this book, support this book, The Best Yet to Come. And always remember, your best days are always ahead. I want to thank you for staying if you did this long. If you want to follow me personally, I'm at all my socials are at Brownstay100, BROWNSTAY 100. Let your kids check out all these videos on this channel. Thank you.